heated discussion even off camera. You're watching Tipping Point. My name is Frederick Muitiriri, and I can see that Teresia Wachira is joining us, the sign language interpreter. And I asked you earlier on, should Raila Odinga endorse someone else? Should Raila Odinga endorse someone else? Talk to us via SMS line that is on 111 444 111 on Twitter at Switch TV Kenya at Fred Muitiriri. I go straight to Maina Karobia, who is a political strategist for UDA. Now, Maina, you've heard the conversation that has been laid here, and we earlier on you touched on the Mount Kenya Foundation. And let's talk about Mount Kenya Foundation. It's a powerful team of billionaires from Mount Kenya Foundation that supported William Samoei Ruto, your party leader, and supported Uhuru Kenyatta, the president, in 2017 and even in 2013. Do you think supporting Raila Odinga this time round and not William Samoei Ruto will take a big beating on your party?
Yeah, indeed, Fred, it's good that you have highlighted that the Mount Kenya Foundation is made up of billionaires. It's actually a billionaire club. But I must say that Mount Kenya Foundation doesn't speak on behalf of Mount Kenya region. And I want to say that the Mount Kenya Foundation can only give Raila Odinga money. It cannot give him votes. In fact, the Mount Kenya Foundation are looking for candidates. And they have already found Raila Odinga as a right candidate to continue the misrule and to continue the economic subjugation of Kenyans. So for me, Mount Kenya, from where I sit, Mount Kenya Foundation is actually a continuation of the trickle-down economic model that we have found in this country. Yet we know Kenyans are yearning for a new economic model, which is called bottom-up economic model. So for me, from where I sit...
I'm not sure Mungare is going to agree with that statement.
From where I sit, Raila Odinga should actually be very worried that Mount Kenya Foundation is coming to support him. Well, indeed, we know the rightful spokespeople of Mount Kenya residents are the elected leaders, the MPs, the senators, and the MCS. And we have found that the only people who are supporting Raila Odinga in Mount Kenya region, apart from the oligarchy or the rich people, is the intimidated governors. In fact, you might not be surprised. The people who have been working with Raila Odinga, the governors who have been working with Raila Odinga in Mount Kenya region, are either hired political mouthpieces or the already governors who have been sold fear of intimidation by the state. And let me tell you...
How do you substantiate that?
The challenge we have in this country...
Because we cannot substantiate it here that they've been intimidated.
No, it is
How?
well known. It is well known.
How? It's well known by who? Give us evidence.
It is well known that we have politicized the criminal justice system in this country. That today, if I support Fred, and Fred is purported or is perceived not to be supporting the state, the criminal justice system is going to come to me and my associates. And that is what we have been seeing, and that is why we have been seeing the already intimidated governors in Mount Kenya regions. They have gone to that side.
But they have enough MPs that I keep seeing Raila Odinga with them.
But I must commend...
The likes of Kinakanini Kega.
But I must commend patriotic governors such as Mutahi Kahiga, who have stood, and Anne Waiguru, who have stood the test of the time and said that whatever come may, I'm going to stand with my people. I'm going to go where my people are. And there are people in Kirinyaga and Nyeri, and to a larger extent, the larger Mount Kenya region, are in UDA and National Nation.
Mongare, by any chance, are you bitter that Mount Kenya Foundation, you were at Mount Kenya Foundation, you are given a chance to speak. You are given a chance to be interviewed by the Mount Kenya Foundation members. Do you feel that you were played into the trap of endorsing Raila Odinga in Mount Kenya Foundation leaders?
There was no interview at that forum. Just to correct you, it was not an interview. It was an invitation to dialogue on the two different roadmaps for this country. When you see the private sector inviting you and you are a leader in this country who is responsible enough, you have to listen to what they have to say, because these are critical stakeholders. They own businesses. We appreciate their hard work. But as the saying goes, rich people don't vote. If you read the Bible, John 3:16, for God so loved the world, and if you know the genesis of that verse, it is a professor went to Jesus at night, asking Jesus, how can I inherit the kingdom of God? The answer you know. This is the same scenario that is happening here. Somebody went to these Mount Kenya people, business people. These people don't have vote. And even the companies these people are leading, if 90% of the employees of the companies of these business people will vote against Raila, because most of
but they have the say, they have the money.
No, look at some of the unfair labor practices being meted on the employees of the businesses these Mount Kenya people own. Those people.
We can't substantiate. We can't substantiate that.
I'm telling you, you can do an opinion poll. We can even ask the question right now. 90% of the employees of all those companies where those billionaires lead will vote against Raila Amolo Odinga because of the unfair labor practices.
Okay.
I know this for a fact.
Martin, you are still here with us. Martin, what does it mean for ODM to be endorsed by Mount Kenya Foundation that endorsed William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta in 2017 and of course in 2013? How does it feel for ODM party?
You know, when you are drowning, Fred, you will even stick to a blade of a grass to stay afloat. It doesn't really work. Those Mount Kenya Foundation are Kenyans. First of all, they have their books. John 3:16 does not come in there. And our church and really feel jittery when the Bible is interpreted. They have people who respect them. They can influence. And you know, the goodness of politics, Fred, is to have people who do not see, who do not understand where people are going until the game is over. So it's okay for them to have that kind of knowledge, of perception. But what I don't like is self-pronunciations without statistics or data to back what you are saying. Those are what we call sweeping statements. They don't really help. They can be uploaded in a But this self-pronouncement will not help. But it will help us because that is what they believe and that is what they stick to, and it is wrong. That is a powerful group. And wait and see what they will do to mobilize people of that mountain to vote for Raila. That is when they will know that we were underrating these people. These are the guys who propelled Uhuru and Ruto, and now they are refusing. Especially Maina should take care of this. Take note of this. Maybe the ANC may not be aware of that. These are the people who oiled the campaign for the two guys. Now to have them be, casted like that is okay for us because that is what they believe. But we are seeing more than that.
It's something I didn't ask you earlier in our conversation. How does it make ODM feel missing of key figures that one, the handshake partner, Uhuru Kenyatta, the president, is in Tanzania. Musalia Mudavadi has already said he is not going to attend tomorrow's function. We know Kalonzo Musyoka is in Uganda, peace talk of Southern Sudan. We know Alfred Mutua, who said he's going to support Raila Odinga in a way, is in Nigeria. How does this make ODM feel? Do you feel alone?
No. Even when Raila was being sworn in as the people president, they were not there. Didn't we move? We did. And we did what we are. People have to have freedom, whether to associate or disassociate. That is okay. If you are terrified by people not attending your event, then you don't have self-comfort. We are okay in our skin. We are going ahead. That stadium will be full of Kenyans. And you will see, and we have even erected outside screens so that we have overflow there. Allow me to say something which I also heard, which is okay, as they believe, that the governors who are supporting Raila Amolo Odinga are intimidated. That's a good statement. Stay with it, because we know the truth. And to say some people are patriotic when they embezzled people's money, they were impeached, and you call them patriotic governors like Waiguru, then you don't know the history. But what this comes from.
Mheshimiwa, ODM party supported Waiguru during that time. We remember very well. ODM supported Waiguru, not to be ousted though.
She came to be blessed, but I don't think he was blessed by Baba. Not sure. I don't think it was sanitized. But anyway, that intimidation storyline, stay with it because we know what we are doing.
All right.
That's a good part of it.
Yes.
But they stick to the conviction which we know is damn wrong.
Maina,
Yes.
let me come to you.
Yes.
Mheshimiwa is saying something very important. We had that conversation behind the scenes when we were on a break, that money is very important in campaigns. And that is what our friend here was saying, that Musalia Mudavadi has not been in government for a long time. Raila Odinga is being supported by the government, now the billionaire club. William Samoei Ruto is still in government, has been in government for some time now, and he has the masses. Do you feel that having the billionaire club supporting ODM party will make them a powerful force?
Fred, let me repeat again. Mount Kenya Foundation can only give Raila Odinga the money, but they can't give him votes. You
need the money that drives your elections. We know that. And a lot of money.
Let me tell you, Fred, the Hustler Nation is actually a multi-people political formation. We have the poor. We also have the rich, people who have been poor and they have risen through the economic ladder and become rich. And these people are within this country actually, and they are supporting us. That is something you must be aware of. We are not only supported by poor people. We have also people who have risen through the economic ladder and become rich, and they are identified with our hustler story. Now let me say this, my friend Fred. The endorsement by Raila Odinga, the endorsement of Raila Odinga by Mount Kenya oligarchy is actually a confirmation that they have found a candidate who is going to continue with their economic plunder in this country. And I'm surprised that Raila Odinga would actually accept such an endorsement.
What do you mean by plunder?
Plunder, we know that we know the people who have been looting this country from 1963. They have looted our land. They have looted our public coffers, and these are the same people who occupy seats within the Mount Kenya Foundation. Let me tell you, the biggest undoing of Raila Odinga is that he has vacated the perceived pro-people narratives that he has been dispensing for the longest time. And now he has assumed the position of spokesperson of cartel, elites, and privileged minorities.
Those are very strong terms, though. Mongare, you are the programs, head of programs at ANC Party, and of course the ICT. Do you feel bitter that the Mount Kenya Foundation and their money, because they're coming here, say they're billionaires, they're coming in with their money and a lot of money, what Musalia Mudavadi probably is lacking? Do you feel bitter that you are waylaid?
We are not feeling bitter in any way, because we were not expecting money from Mount Kenya Foundation. When we went to meet them, we were not in expectation for money. We went to have a dialogue.
But you need the money. You need the money,
first of
right?
all, ANC is not a poor party, and Musalia Mudavadi is not fairly a poor person. He's a modest man who has accumulated wealth in a genuine manner, and he has been able to rise through the ranks, just like what he said.
He was in government, though.
He has been in government for a long time.
He was a deputy prime minister at one point.
For a long time. He was a deputy prime minister. He was a vice president. And he's one man who has been able to give landmarks in whichever ministry he has been in. It is no doubt, it is in the public domain that when he was Minister of Finance in 1993 to 1997, he is the one who introduced KRA when it was an income tax department. In 1996, he's the one who created the Autonomous Central Bank of Kenya. In 1997, when he became Minister for Telecommunication, he is the one who gave us the phones that we are holding now through the liberalization policies in that sector. Even when he was Minister for Local Government,
it wasn't Mutahi Kagwe and Bitangen Demo.
That one we can't.
Mutahi Kagwe and Bitangen Demo. We were in this country. We were in this country. Don't take it away from Bitangen Demo and Mutahi Kagwe.
Let's go. Let me put the facts straight. In 1997, Musalia was the Minister for Transport, ICT, and Telecommunication. Go to the facts. That is the time when the Communication Authority of Kenya, CAK, was established under his stewardship. Go to the Hansard.
But don't talk about the mobile. We know.
The stewardship.
Yes.
We're talking about the stewardship. You must talk about if you have to castigate the
semantics.
Leader, you must give the credit to the leader as well.
Yes.
Now, coming fast forward in 2012, when he was Minister for Local Government, he shepherded the laws on devolution. Just after the 2010 Constitution was passed, the transition from the former constitution to the new constitution on matters devolution, he is the one who shepherded that. So we have to talk about the track record of leaders in terms of the portfolios they have held and in terms of the vision they have for this country, we have to give this. And the same goes to Raila Odinga. He has contributed immensely to this country. It cannot be said, but Fred, we are not bitter that Mount Kenya Foundation did not endorse Musalia Mudavadi. We were not expecting it. Number two, since the beginning of Handshake in 2018, we have seen corruption has skyrocketed more time because we have seen what is happening in this country.
The president said we are losing 2 billion shillings every day.
The president is well admitted.
Hold still.
The president distracted his agenda because of the handshake. Okay. And the handshake was a result of the betrayal of the people.
I'm being told we have 3 minutes, and I want to give each and every one of you a minute. And I will start with Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa, does the endorsement by the Mount Kenya Foundation signal that Raila Odinga will have his deputy from Mount Kenya? Please give us that in 1 minute, if you don't mind.
No, that is left for the Prime Minister to decide. I can't talk on that, but I can rebuttal what the guy is saying about Mudavadi and can advise. Please sell him rightly. That narrative would not fly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Maina, you have one. I was short and precise and to the point. Maina, now, are we going to see William Samoei Ruto giving a chance to Mount Kenya and giving them a deputy?
My friend, Fred, we are yet to be there. For now, we are
less than 8 months to the elections.
For now, we are talking about the bottom-up economic model. We are preparing the ground for the new economic dispensation during the Hasra government. But I must talk to tomorrow's event.
Yes.
The Azimio event.
You had said you don't want to talk about it,
I don't expect anything new from tomorrow's event. The only thing I would expect from Raila Odinga is that he is going to give us a solemn promise that once he loses the presidential vote in 2022 August, courtesy of Hasra Nation, he is going to accept results and go home without going for handshake.
All right, Maina. Thank you, Maina, for that. The political strategist of UDA. Nathaniel Mongare, the head of programs at ANC Party. By any chance, you've been trying to climb Mount Kenya for some time now. I've seen ANC party leader going to Mount Kenya. Are you going to give Mount Kenya the deputy part of your government?
First of all, I want to thank the elders of Mount Kenya for coronating Musalia as Masharia, mutu wa kutafuta. Thank you so much, elders of Mount Kenya. Number two,
and you're right, Masharia is mutu wa kutafuta.
In our planning, yes, and the elders gave him that name.
Yes.
Number two, in our planning, we are projecting many scenarios for running mate. And one of the scenarios we are projecting is that Musalia Mudavadi will have a woman running mate.
Wow, that would be good.
A woman running mate. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. He's a renowned figure. It could be somebody people know. So that we appreciate.
Are you talking about Waiguru?
No.
We know you've been trying to quote her.
Hold your horses. In January, we are going to have a national delegate convention.
All right.
And there will be a resolution from the floor of delegates endorsing the resolution that we'll put forward. And finally, I don't want to speak, I don't want to preempt the resolution of delegates. Finally, we have tried a Raila political experiment. It has not worked. A Raila political experiment cannot work again. We need an Uchumi Bora political experiment. All
right. Many thanks to Martin Owino, MP, Thiwa constituency, Nathaniel Mongare, who is the head of programs and ICT at ANC Party. And of course, we had Maina Karobia, political strategist at UDA Party. Now, power is more important than money. But when it comes to elections, money gives power a run for its money. My name is Frederick Muitiriri. My sign language interpreters tonight, Teresia Washira, and of course we had Tracy Dorcas. Until next Thursday, I'll tell you every sentiment that was given in this show, personal sentiments and not those of Switch TV. I'll see you on Thursday. Do have yourself a good night. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Asanteni sana.
Thank you.